six pin. There's another example of how much oil is outside of that second arrow, where that spare ball just sailed right past that six pin on the right side.
Jasmine Lagerman now looking for some momentum. Spun the 10, but it wouldn't drop.
Little bit of a flat hit in the pocket, almost left the 7-10. 7 cleared the deck, left the flat 10.
Slides it all the way across from left to right for the spare. Nebraska's lead grows now to 25 pins. 4 bowlers remain here for Central Missouri. Starting off with Jamie Mitchell, picked up the spare earlier in this game. Teammates trying to pick her up there, standing behind her. Way low.
I'm not sure she meant to do that, as she had that little grin on her face. She's definitely got a little bit more of a game where it's a little bit straighter up the lane. So she probably just needs to bump everything to the left, keep everything straight in front of her to keep it around, you know, that second 11, 12 board in between the second and third arrow. She might be, I think she's changing balls here to shoot the spare. I think I saw her pick up a different ball.
Mitchell, the substitute here in game number 3. Holmes has gone to the bench in the 4 spot in his order as well. And picks that one up nicely.
Great spare, and that count didn't hurt them one bit. They were on an open frame, so the 3 count didn't do anything to the game.
Danielle Vandermeer now in the 8th frame here for Nebraska. Trying to go up 2-1. Nothing but strikes and spares since the opening frame for the Huskers here in the 3rd game.
Basically what they need to keep doing is marking in this frame and the 9th frame to apply some pressure to Central Missouri.
Covers. Still up by 24. 3 bowlers remaining for the Jennies. Allie Scully.
She needs to start the team here with the strike. Set up that 9th and 10th frame.
Got it, her 3rd of the match. Gives Cortez and Christopher hope behind her.
Barely tickling that head pin. But you only had to tickle it. The other pins did the job. That keeps them alive in this match.
Yep. Well, Calbury. Oh, big response for Nebraska. Answering the challenge from Central Missouri.
Central Missouri in a must-strike situation.
And now Amanda Falk, who came on to replace Cortez back in the 4th frame, will stay. Left-hander a little high on the nose. So things looking good for the Huskers here in the 3rd. Ball change for Falk here to shoot the spare. Falk gets the spare, and now Cassie Leuthold, the anchor, needing 9 pins here. That's it to shut out the Jennies. That's why she's their anchor and one of the best in the country. Cassie Leuthold with the strike. That's her 5th of the match. And that wins it for Nebraska, so they will take the 2-1 lead and are now 2 games away from a title.
Oh, she's smiling. She's happy with that one.
She has been a cool customer here so far in the tournament.
And has definitely answered the challenge.
Over the years, the Huskers have always seemed to have an All-American in that 5 spot. Plahowski, who was so good for them in 04 and 05 in the finals.
And this has been the first game, I think, in the last 2 games where the anchor bowler has actually finished. Once the match was out, they let the sub come in to throw a shot.
It's the spare, so once again, that left lane is a winner. Nebraska takes game 3. They lead the series 2-1 here at Super Bowl in Canton for the national championship. To the 2009 NCAA Women's Bowling National Championship match. Nebraska, the 1 seed, Central Missouri, the 6 seed. And let's go back to game 1. And it came down to Cassie Leuthold in that 10th frame to secure game 1, 200 to 185. And then the Jennies of Central Michigan bounced back. Teresa Christopher, their anchor, getting the job done. And they would even things up 198 to 149. And then Nebraska with another 200 game, led by Leuthold, the anchor, and they win it 201 to 168, and they now have the 2-1 lead, best of 7 to decide the national championship. The teams will switch sides again, and now Central Missouri is on that left lane, and that has been where the teams have won all of the first 3 games of this series.
And I'm sure the teams are very aware of that.
And plenty of confidence from Alyssa Surgis there with the strike. Katie Ann Sopp will stay in the leadoff spot.
She's made some really good shots for the team.
Came on as a substitute there in the last game. Just missed out on the 10.
Another good shot, though, in that leadoff position. Gets a good read on the lane, and now she can tell the rest of the team what's going on.
8 teams made it here to the finals. They've been bowling for the last 3 days. Both of these teams winning an if necessary match in the double elimination format earlier tonight to get into the final, and Sopp holds the line.